Hello, Kathy here, and I want to welcome you to my first episode on my channel called Empty Nesters, and I'm really glad you decided to join me. And we're going to have a lot of fun discussing those things that your parents never told you. Um, but I'd like to start my first video. I love when people share their stories, and I just wanted to share my story so I can let you know where I am in my journey of life. And I hope we can come back together here and discuss different topics that are relevant to those of us that are experiencing an empty nest. So first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Kathy. I'm 55 years old. I'm a mother of 4 adult children who are now all married and have spouses. And I have 3 grandchildren. Raising them was the joy of my life, and I was a very invested mom, and some people might say I was a too invested mom, and have worked on some of those dynamics with my children, and I'll probably talk about that some more in some other vlogs that I do. But right now I will let you know that I have 3 sons and 1 daughter. My oldest son is 31 and my youngest son is 22 now. He may even be 23. It's hard for me to keep track of their ages now, but I try not to even mention birthdays, anniversaries, you name it, right? Um, I think we kind of need a calendar for that once our families get larger, but I'm not so good with those things, and that's okay. That's part of who I am. But I love my family. I love my children, and they are the joy of my life still. But now that they are adults, I have found that there's a paradigm shift that takes place. And because they are now adults, I need to learn to relate to them as adults. And this has been a slow turning and a hard subject matter for me, where I need to learn to not be in mom mode anymore, which I have been over the past 20 to 30 years with 4 kids, trying to get them to adulthood in one piece. And it's not working for me, right? My old ways of doing things and old ways of relating to them and things I used to say, that doesn't work anymore. And so I've got to learn how to navigate this territory now of not only having adult children, but navigating the fact that they have spouses in their lives. And my daughter now has 3 children in her life as well. So I would like this channel to be a way of us encouraging each other, being able to say, you know, some things stink. Some things just are really hard. How come our parents didn't teach us these things? But we're learning from life that there are changes and shifts with the seasons of life. And I think we need to talk about it. And also, by talking about it, we realize we're not alone in it. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel guilty a lot, or I'm hard on myself a lot. And I really should learn how to be gentle to myself more, because I'm learning just as well as they are learning how to navigate this thing called life that does not stay the same. And we're all in different seasons. So in this empty nest season, I will say to you that my nest is not completely empty at the moment, because as some of you may know, the little birdies like to fly back to the nest. So my youngest who I told you is either 22 or 23. I'll figure that out. He was born in 1995, so you do the math. He and his wife have flown back to my nest, but on a very temporary basis, and they will be leaving the nest in a few months. So they've been wanting to save. This may sound familiar to you. They've wanted to save a little nest egg, no pun intended, so that they can fly out on their own and start their life together. And we opened our arms and our doors wide and said, sure, come on in, because we realize it's only for a season. And yes, they do pay us rent monthly, a small portion of rent monthly, because we thought that was important for them to do. And we are happy and blessed to have them with us. And they are very independent individuals here. You wouldn't even know they're living here with us, actually. They're very good at taking care of their own things as far as food and bills and gas and transportation and things along those lines. And so it's been a blessing for them to be here. Physically, they're here, but they are definitely living their own lives just under our roof temporarily. So, coming down the pike in the next few months, I'm sure I'll have certain vlogs about having a really empty nest. And sometimes when we do, we fill it with other things, and that is the exciting part to me. So in the future, I'd like to talk to you about my own journey and my own ways of thinking and my own creative process that I've gone through to start thinking differently in this time of life. And yes, there's a sadness of the children moving away and distancing themselves and creating their own lives, but there's also a lot of joy that comes in our own free time and being able to make that what we want it to be and see some of our own dreams come true. So it can be a really exciting time in our lives. So I look forward to meeting you here again on this channel. I hope you will come and spend time with me again. And, let's be laid back together, share ideas together, listen to each other's voices, and just have conversation about what having an empty nest really means, and that it doesn't have to be the end of the world. Until next time, many blessings.